Hi everyone, Franco from Your Guitar Academy. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play Last Night by The Strokes. So pick up your guitar, let's get started. Right, so the song's got two main parts and they sound like this. Right, so that's the two main parts for that song. The first one is actually, I've played the two different guitars, but it's two different parts. So the first part of the first guitar on the intro, which is also something you'll see coming back throughout the song, is an octave of the note C. So I've got my index finger on fret number 3 on the A string, and I've got my pinky, but you could use the ring finger, on fret number 5 on the G string. I'm just playing these two strings, but I'm strumming, and I'm strumming quite hard on that intro. So make sure that the index finger is touching all the other strings, so they're muted, but also that your middle finger that you're not using, or the index finger, is slightly touching the low E string, so you're muting that string as well, because what we want to do is strum hard there. And what we're doing strumming-wise is that we're playing every eighth note with a downstroke. That means basically we're going down, 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 down. It's pretty easy. If I count along, it would go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... You can see how we're not hearing any open strings, so aim for that. Now the second guitar comes in a bit later on the intro, and it's playing a bit of a weird chord that changes, but the chord looks like that. I've got my index finger on fret number 8 on the E string, and I'm going to flatten that index finger so it's also fretting fret number 8 on the A string. I'm not barring all the way through, it's just literally these two strings. And then I'm using my pinky, but you could use the ring finger eventually. And with my pinky, I'm now fretting fret number 10 on the D string. So I've got... Now again, you could use the ring finger, but for the rest of the song, it's not going to be super convenient, so try and use the pinky if you can. And now the other shape we'll need is literally the same thing, but now we need to fret number 10 on the A string. So I'm going to use now my ring finger to do that. And that's now a C5. Now the reason why using the ring finger on the D string wasn't so convenient is it would mean you would use the middle finger to fret that extra A string there. It's doable, but it's clearly not comfortable. I mean, not for me at least. But the chord goes like that. And basically what we do is one bar on each one of these two shapes that we've just seen. And the pattern is exactly the same as the pattern we've seen for that octave over there. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just downstrokes. And that's what creates that really cool intro where it sounds like we're playing a lot of different things, but it's actually pretty much the same chord throughout the whole intro. I'll try to loop that first chord to show you what it sounds like if I'm stacking that second guitar on top of it. So that intro again goes first guitar, and now the second guitar, and the song starts. Right, let's get into the main verse of the song. We're going to need 3 different chords, pretty convenient. We're going to need a C major, an F major, and a G major. Right, so the first chord we need is a C major chord. To play C on fret number 3 on the A string. Then my middle finger is on fret number 5 on the D string, ring finger is on fret number 5 on the G string, and my pinky is on fret number 5 on the B string. Now you could use that with, you can play the same notes with the ring finger flat or the pinky, which is what I do. Doesn't matter, we're still playing the same chord. So that's the first chord. We're going to stay on that chord for 2 bars. Then we're going to move up, and we're going to keep exactly the same shape, but this time we're playing an F major. So F major means my index finger is on the note F, that's my root note, which is on fret number 8 on the A string. And I'm literally just pushing that shape up there. And the last chord we need, before that chord is just for one bar. The last chord we need is G major. Same shape as the F, just up that direction, 2 frets, a whole tone. So now my index finger is on fret number 10. And that chord here, that G major, we're going to stay on it for 2 bars. Right, so the structure goes C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, and G, 2, 3, 4, and we stay on G, 2, 3, 4. And now the good news is, if you know the strumming pattern for one of these chords, it's the same strumming pattern all throughout the song, so you're good to go. So let's look into the strumming pattern. Right, so we're going to play 16th notes. So that means the hand is going to move down on the numbers that you count, and every time you say un, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And the pattern goes like this. Okay, I'm going to try my best to count along. We're playing 16th again, so you're going to hear some E's and U's. So 1 and 2 and a 3, E and a 4, E and a 1 and 2 and a 3, E, a 4, E and a. Now, if we're just talking about the movement of the right hand, it would go down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 down, up. And that's 2 bars what I've just played. So if I play just 1 bar, it would go. Okay, so now let's apply this pattern to the structure we've just seen. So it would go C, twice, to F, just once, and G, twice. Now you may notice that even if I do that faster, it's still not quite right if I go. That is not wrong, but there's something missing. And it's because every time I'm not strumming, I'm going to relax my left hand so the chords sound very dry. We don't want any sustain between the strums we're playing. So instead of, it's going to go. If I do that faster, now we get into the strokes territory. And that's the verse. Right, so let's just look at the other guitar's part on the verse, which is following exactly the same structure. So it's still playing C for 2 bars, and then F for a bar, and then G for 2 bars, but it's different voicings and the pattern is different. I think, if you want to play that with friends, it's really cool to know that second part. So the other guitar is going C major, but this time the C major is based on an E-shaped bar chord. So that means I would have that big shape, but we're going to restrict that shape to just a couple of notes, which is going to make it a lot easier, actually 3 notes as to try it. So what you've got here is the middle finger on fret number 9 on the G string, and then the index finger flat on fret number 8 on the B and high E strings. And that's basically your C major. So remember, we're going to stay on that shape for 2 bars. Then we're going to move up to F major, but we're keeping exactly the same shape. Now moving up to fret number 2 and 1. So now my middle finger is on fret number 2, and my index finger is on fret number 1. That's my F major. It's based on an E shape bar chord. And then the last chord we need is, if I remember, G major, which is a tone higher than that F. Again, we're keeping exactly the same shape, just moving up a tone. So now my middle finger is on fret number 4, and my index finger is flat on fret number 3. So the 3 shapes are these for C major, this one here for F major, and this one here for G major. And the pattern is very different. The goal of that pattern is to sort of lighten the whole song and to make it a little bit more dancey and fun. So we're just playing on the ands, and we're just playing upstrokes. So that means on that C major, for example, you're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and second bar, and 2, and 3, and 4, and F, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2 G majors. And these two guitars stacked together, I think that's part of the charm of that verse. So try and practice this one. Again, the chords are very dry. So you see, that's my chord, it's not. And notice that my right hand is now not moving at the pace of 16th notes. I'm just feeling 8th notes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and as down, up, down, up. So that's why I'm only playing upstrokes on that second guitar. I'll play it one more time, I'll count along. So just the second guitar on the verse. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and F and 2 and 3 and 4 and G and 2 and 3 and 4 and another G major, 2 and 3 and 4 and that's it. That's all the parts you need to learn the song, and you play along with the track. Carry on with it. It's definitely a challenge if you think of the strumming patterns and all of that. Choose a guitar to learn to start with. There's no need to learn both guitars at first, but they're both equally as interesting. So keep on practicing it, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.